Hey guys, it's Karl. Welcome back to another episode and one of the first budget ones in 2022. So I know that we have a ton of different products to look at today, and you'd be surprised how difficult it is to find tech around that $20 to $25 mark, but we've got a full episode today. And as always, I try to hook you guys up, so make sure you're subbed to the channel. That's the first thing. And of course, leave one comment down below. Don't spam the feed. And also don't fall for spammers in the chat pretending to be me, pretending to give away something. I will contact you on either Instagram, Twitter, leave your handles there, and I will give away a couple of these products that we see because we've got a ton of them. We've also divided the episode into, I believe, 5 different segments. So we've got accessories, we've got dongles, we've got gaming, we've got lifestyle, and we have travel. So let's get into it with some accessories first. All this tech, remember, around that $20 to $25 mark, all linked down below. So the first thing to look at, mostly because phones these days don't come with any chargers, you typically have to buy your own. I'd recommend getting larger power wattage ones. So this one, for example, is from Aki. This is a 65 watt charger, so it'll juice up your phone, of course, faster than using just the standard USB-C cable, plugging it into a computer or smaller brick. I would definitely recommend picking one up with multiple charging ports so you can charge obviously multiple devices. Everything has pretty much made the switch to USB-C these days. So having 2 different options, you can charge your phone and say your laptop, even your tablet, your smartwatch, with one single charger. So great to obviously travel with and great to keep at home as well. Second off, if you are more of the wireless charger kind of person, you have different sort of wireless Qi charging pucks. So I just unwrapped one from Jaybird. We've got a really cheap one from Phone Salesman. I've had this actual brick charging puck for close to 5 to 6 years. So it survived. It's still around that $20, $25 mark. You can see how dated it is actually because it still has micro USB-C, and we've just got this new one from Mophie. So all of these options, I believe this one is slightly over $25, but if you want something to charge wirelessly, obviously these are great because they can live on your desk. You can just plop down your phone and then your phone will charge while you continue your work. If you are on Team Apple though, we do have MagSafe chargers, of course. I've got 2 different options here, and at first glance, these look identical, but this is actually the OG MagSafe charger. Obviously, Apple charges way more for this, but I have put a little Dbrand skin on top, and Dbrand in its own is its own little self-plug. If you guys don't know them yet, they're a skin company. They make skins for pretty much every single device, all the way from phones, all the way to MagSafe chargers themselves, and they actually just released dark plates. I'm gonna kind of plug that as well. Over $20, but if you have a PlayStation 5, these are actually kind of listed as their dark plates 2.0 because PlayStation actually sent them a little cease and desist because their original dark plates looked a bit too similar to the OG PlayStation plates. They had to put this little vent on the side, and as a little meme, I guess, Dbrand is kind of known for that. If we can get a close macro shot, they actually have the cease and desist in Morse code along the inside panel. So I think that's super cool. Dbrand obviously makes skins for everything, and of course dark plates, just a bunch of accessories that the robots like to make. So if you want to customize your own device, definitely under that $20, $25 mark. They've made an appearance on the channel for also 5 to 6 years. Definitely hit them up. But back to the MagSafe chargers. So this one, $20 off of Amazon. It is similar, but it isn't made out of metal. You can actually hear it. This one is just made out of plastic, and in comparison, it doesn't have as strong of a magnet, but still strong enough to charge your phone. And I would say if you rock, say, a MagSafe case, that's when the magnet, or that's when the strength really kind of diminishes. So if you do rock your phone naked, or if you aren't really moving your phone around that much, I would say you can get by, and it's just great to have by the couch as an extra little MagSafe accessory because you can technically buy 2 of these for the price of what Apple charges for one. Continuing on with MagSafe accessories, and once again, at first glance, you probably won't see the difference besides, of course, the little Apple logo. And of course, the ones with that are the OG Apple certified MagSafe wallets. These leather ones cost around $45 to $50. If you want to keep things on budget, once again, this light purple one, it just doesn't have the logo. It does the exact same thing. It holds your cards and it slaps on to the back of your iPhone. And once again, the only real difference, the magnet isn't as strong, but it's strong enough. You can see I can shake my phone around and that wallet is not coming off the back. So once again, if you want to save some money, $20 versus $45 if you don't care about having an Apple logo. I would say that the leather is more supple. I would say this is almost a faux leather, but I guess you're actually being a bit more environmentally friendly because we're not using real stuff. And editor Nick, this is actually his little MagSafe wallet. You can see the nice patina on it, and I won't comment on how gunky and dirty it is. I use it every day. That choice is up to you. The last little accessory, keeping it in the Apple game, it's surprising that you can actually still find some things from the Apple website under $20. They are, of course, the Apple Watch straps. You can swap these out for so many different color options. Apple always updates them. I believe they just came out with is it a Black History Month or a Black Pride Month? I thought it looked pretty fresh. It was like green and black. I think I might have to place an order for that. They also have the traditional rubber straps, which I'm the biggest fan of because I tend to work out with my Apple Watch. They wick away sweat. You don't have to worry about them. And if you want, you can also go for a little two-tone finish. So I've got my OG Nike Apple strap. And if you want to be funky, you can rock a watch like that. So really, options are endless. Watch strap options are pretty much endless in terms of colors. So if you come up with a unique one, I'm still trying to find the perfect orange strap. And I know that Apple kind of releases papaya. They also have kumquat as a color, but it's not true orange. Waiting for it, Apple. Next off on the list is that dongle space, and this is really an area that is around that $10 to $15 mark depending on where you get them from. I'll go through these super quickly. So the first one is just an HDMI capture card. If any of you are streaming, if any of you want to record content, say on your PC, even on your Mac, to go on Twitch, this is a great little device. If you have a external camera like kind of the ones I'm recording with right now, my Sony's, I can use that as a dedicated webcam. You just need an HDMI cable, plug that into this, the other end goes into the camera, and then you can now use your camera as a webcam to stream. So a lot better quality than your built-in webcam. Dongle Life, for those of you that still live it, and even though I have upgraded to my 16-inch MacBook Pro, my SD card slot is kind of not working half the time. I find that I still need to live the dongle life, sadly, and I know that other content creators have kind of said the same thing. If you want access to traditional ports like USB-A, I know USB sticks are still a thing. Of course, SD card slot, micro SD, or even just an extra USB-C slot, or if you just want to live a small dongle life, smaller is sometimes better. We've got a couple different options, say Techie, and of course Anchor. And the last little item, I just had to include this quickly. I did run into an issue at CES where I had to use an external microphone. I was actually using my Pixel, as that doesn't have a headphone slot. I just had to use this little dongle, around $5, maybe $10 with shipping. It just plugs into a USB-C port, and then I could plug my microphone, or I guess if you still use a traditional pair of headphones with a 3.5mm headphone jack, this guy is your saving grace. The next section, we're gonna switch into travel because I guess depending on where you live, travel is slowly becoming somewhat of a norm again. I just went to CES, thankfully didn't catch COVID out in Vegas, but I did travel with this little Amazon Basics pack. So once again, Amazon Basics, some of the cheaper things around $20, $25. It's just simply a pack that can hold all of your accessories. So we've got a bunch of different cables out here. I might even include these as well. You can never have enough cables to charge your devices. So I've just got standard USB-C, nice braided cable. We've got a little compartment for batteries, and I actually swap these out with my microphone that I use. So yeah, the possibilities are kind of endless. It's just nice to have all of your accessories packed into one place instead of all this kind of free floating at the bottom of your bag. It keeps things organized, it keeps things a bit tidy, because in the end, being tidy and organized is usually the way to go. I could learn a bit more on that. I struggle with it. That's why we've got things like this that exist. Next off, still related to travel, just because I did happen to travel with these because I do lose all of my stuff all the time. These are just simply location finders. So if you are on Team Apple, you've got, of course, Apple AirTags. Great little additions that you can stick on keys. I actually have one on my carry-on suitcase. Or if you're in the Android space, you've got the Samsung Galaxy tags. They essentially all work exactly the same. Stick them on things that you tend to lose, and then you can find them in your corresponding app. So really helpful if you are forgetful, like I am. Last little pieces are just smart plugs. So depending on where you go, if you are, say, traveling within North America, just having a little smart plug if you have smart accessories. If you are going somewhere outside of North America, like I'm going actually for MWC to Europe, just get a little adapter that lets you use different sorts of plugs. This one from Insignia gets you pretty much around the world. It's got a nice little connector for Europe. You've got ones from the UK, Australia, which I haven't been to, and yeah, you can kind of mix and match all of them, so really handy if you are a world traveler. And this one we kind of included just because it gives you access to 2 charging ports, or I guess 2 normal voltage ports and 2 classic USB-A ports. So I'll just kind of include these all together, just really handy to have in your travel pack. Okay, moving on to the gaming section, and we've got a bunch of different things, and I'd actually kind of say some of this is desk accessory related as well. So for gaming, we've got these cool little controller stands. I wish you could pick up a controller for $20. That is not the case. So this one is just for an Xbox controller. This is around $10 if you'd like to show off your different controllers, if you are a custom controller collector. So this one here is actually my prized possession of Xbox controllers. It actually doesn't even work anymore because I mashed the control sticks too much, but I picked this up at my very first E3. They were making them on site, so you can see 64 out of 1,000 if we get a little zoom in. 2017, like I said, first E3, and they just happened to have one with some orange bumpers. I love this thing, so I can actually show this off on its own little pedestal. We've got some other controller stands as well. This is a cool one. If you're feeling the dark side, we've got a little Stormtrooper, so he's holding a PlayStation 5 controller, and kind of off to the side, we've got obviously desk accessories, but some of them are actually useful. So if you are into Nintendo, obviously we've got amiibo characters. They do provide some use in-game, and obviously they look pretty sweet. So obviously amiibos, you've got a ton to choose from. Speaking about the Switch, if you want, obviously you can't get a Switch for under $20, but you can get a screen protector. Once again, Dbrand provides that, especially if you use the Switch a ton as an actual console. If you don't plug this in, you just want to keep the screen nice and protected. Also, I'm just going to include little desk buds. So these are little Funko Pops. Obviously, I'm a huge OG Pokemon fan, and I will tell you my favorite starting Pokemon, which I've always told you, Bulbasaur. Nick is Team Charmander.
Team Fire.
Boo! And lastly, for little desk accessories, I know Lego is super expensive. I'm a big Lego fan, but if you want, you can just have little dudes living off to the side. So that's a little snow speeder, and of course, we've got some just standalone Lego dudes to kind of complete the collection, if I can get this one to stand up. Under 20 bucks, all of this stuff. And as an extra little bonus, if you're actually still paying attention to this video, I always try to include some stuff in vid to give away. So if you actually redeem this, if you are on Xbox, I believe this is either a month, 3 months, or a year of Xbox Game Pass. So whatever it is, the code is up there. Nick will zoom in onto the code. If you win it, let me know. Congrats, I'd probably claim that now. Okay, and to round off, we have some things that are outside of the tech space under that $20 mark. All of these you've kind of asked questions about, so we'll include them in. So for the new year, I picked up some new notebooks. I always try to update them. So these are just 2022 calendars. I kind of use them for B-roll. I obviously use them to jot down. I can never pronounce the name right. Germans, correct me. Leuchtturm 1917. Last time I'll say that on video. Onto golf balls. So I did pick up golf a lot in 2021. It was the new sport that I tried to learn. So I did grab some TaylorMade balls. I'm thankfully sponsored by Team TaylorMade. Just a shameless little plug if you are not golfing with TaylorMade balls, pick up your TP5s. And the last item to include, which I've probably sadly been asked the most over YouTube, especially with my last little lifestyle vlog that I made around my day-to-day routine. This is the gel that I use for the hair. It is American Crew. It's around 15 bucks a tin. I apply maybe a small little dollop every day, kind of push the hair to the side. Now you know how I style the hair, and hopefully you will stop asking questions around what I use. So anyways, that is kind of all the tech, all of the little lifestyle pieces underneath 20 to 25 bucks, so a real good budget episode to kick off the year. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and remember, leave that one comment down below. I'll probably give a ton of this stuff away because we've got so many of them, so just make sure you're subbed. If you guys enjoyed this vid, more episodes like this coming for the year, and I'll catch the rest of you in one of my next ones. Peace.